The Browns are in a tug-of-war at the quarterback position, and with Shedeur Sanders in the mix, fans are buzzing. There's a pressing urgency for Cleveland to nail down their QB situation as Watson faces scrutiny. Are the Browns gearing up for a shocking decision that could reshape the roster? The dog pound is waiting for clarity. Hold on tight because it's going to be a wild ride. Let's be real. This matters because it signals how the front office is prioritizing the roster right now. With Watson on a shaky ground, the emergence of Shedeur Sanders adds a compelling wrinkle to the Browns' roster decisions. The potential of Sanders, a dual-threat QB out of Colorado, can't be overlooked. Browns Nation knows the history of instability at this position, and bringing in a young, dynamic player could be a game-changer. My bet? If Sanders showcases his skills, the front office might rethink their loyalty to Watson. This is Cleveland, after all. They crave bold moves. The dog pound deserves consistency, and it feels like a pivotal moment is on the horizon. The truth is, this kind of detail is usually where the real direction of the team shows up first. The Browns have just locked up second-round safety Emmanuel McNeil-Warren on a 4-year rookie deal, according to the team's announcement. That's another piece of the puzzle fitting into a roster that's already started to take shape. With 9 of 10 draft picks now signed, all eyes are on Casey Concepcion, the lone unsigned first-rounder. The urgency to round out this lineup isn't just a casual task, it's a critical step towards building a squad capable of competing. The dog pound is eager to see how these fresh faces, along with familiar ones, will blend into a winning formula. It's time for Cleveland to rise up. The Cleveland Browns quarterback situation is looking more complicated as we head into the 2026-27 season. It's clear that the team is being urged to figure this sticky situation out. With 3 signal callers in the mix, veteran Deshaun Watson back on the field after that Achilles injury, rookie sensation Shedeur Sanders, and Dillon Gabriel, a lot is riding on the decisions made in the coming weeks. Let's break it down. Watson has the experience, but he's been under scrutiny, and with his health finally back on track, can he regain that top form? Shedeur Sanders, on the other hand, is a fresh face who brings a dual-threat dynamic that Browns Nation has been craving. And don't forget about Dillon Gabriel, who's been showing promise but still has a way to go before he's a household name. Honestly, if the Browns want to seriously contend in 2026, they need to get a handle on this QB status. It's not just about picking a starter, it's about crafting a cohesive unit that can make plays and challenge defenses. Each of these quarterbacks brings something different to the table, but only one can lead this team. The urgency is tangible, and the dog pound is ready for some answers. The fans want to see a decisive approach that could finally bring stability to the most tumultuous position on the field. Everybody remembers the past. Everyone knows the pain of inconsistent QB play, and Cleveland needs to step up now more than ever. The pressure's on the front office to make the right move, and every decision they make could send ripples throughout the roster. With Sanders waiting in the wings and the front office's track record, it's hard not to speculate. The question remains, how long can they afford to wait before making a shattering decision that could alter the landscape of the entire team? We've seen this movie before, and the dog pound deserves better. In a league where every game counts, this QB conundrum is a pivotal narrative. Let's hope they rise to the occasion and make choices that truly reflect the hunger of Browns Nation for success. The Browns' decision-making process is grabbing attention, especially when it comes to their rookies from the 2026 NFL Draft. There's buzz around their potential to start, but of course, every silver lining has its cloud. Young players often face hurdles that could keep them from making an immediate impact. With the pressure on, every choice the front office makes is being scrutinized by the dog pound. One rookie quarterback, in particular, Taylon Green, seems unlikely to get a significant shot at the starting role early on. With Watson, Sanders, and Gabriel battling it out, Green's opportunity might be sliding further down the list. The fan base is always hunting for that spark, and Green's path to taking the reins might just get overshadowed by the more seasoned competition. It's a tightrope walk for the Browns. The question is, how does this landscape affect locker room dynamics? The rookies are not just trying to make their mark, they're also vying to build relationships and gain trust. A strong camaraderie can make all the difference when the spotlight is on. The pressure's palpable. Decisions made now could ripple through the entire franchise and impact the team's character as they look to rise above the challenges. My take? Treat this as smoke until we get something concrete, but the timing matters. There's a lot on the line for the front office, and they know it. The fans are hungry for a team that can finally halt the cycle of mediocrity, and that hunger translates directly into the decisions that are made and the ones that remain on the table. The coming weeks will be crucial, and the dog pound is holding its breath, waiting for clarity to emerge amidst the chaos. The Browns are not just focusing on their quarterback puzzle, they've got their eyes set on strengthening the overall roster. There's chatter that bolstering the defensive line could be on the agenda, and signing free agent pass rusher Leonard Floyd would be a solid move. This guy's been carving out a name in the NFL for a decade, playing alongside teams like the Bears, Rams, and Bills. With Floyd in the mix, it could elevate the defense, giving the Browns a more formidable presence on the field. Honestly, pushing for Floyd would reflect how seriously the front office is taking the need to be competitive. The truth is, fans aren't just looking for a standout QB. They want a complete team that can hold its own in the heat of battle. If the organization is willing to make aggressive moves, it speaks volumes about their commitment to winning. And let's face it, with all the noise surrounding the QB decisions, bringing in a player like Floyd could also set a tone in the locker room. It reinforces that every position matters. The competition for spots has never been fiercer, especially with these young quarterbacks fighting for their moments. The players know that every signing impacts their chances, and that can foster a healthy sense of urgency to step up their game. Browns Nation is watching closely, and every strategic decision made now could be a pivotal chapter in this era. Here's hoping this team finds its footing and comes out swinging, because the dog pound has waited long enough for consistency and success. The Browns have just signed second-round safety Emmanuel McNeil-Warren to a 4-year rookie deal, securing another piece in their reshaped roster. This announcement already has waves rolling through the dog pound, who are eager to see how these fresh faces will impact the team's dynamics. With 9 of their 10 draft picks now under contract, including McNeil-Warren, it's clear that the front office is making strides to finalize this lineup. The only one left dangling in free agency? First-round wide receiver Casey Conception. Bringing a player like McNeil-Warren into the fold is important, not just for depth but also for the energy he brings to the locker room. His talent should invigorate the secondary and could help establish a more cohesive defense. Honestly, losing depth at key positions can hurt more than people think, especially as the season drags into those crucial December games. With the pressure mounting to provide clarity around the QB situation, these rookie signings take on added significance. Solidifying roles for new players fosters competition and drives performance. Keeping everyone on their toes is what Cleveland needs right now, especially with the uncertainty at quarterback. As the dog pound watches closely, each signing, each decision creates ripples throughout the franchise. How this all shakes out could define not just the season, but the very direction the Browns choose to take moving forward. This is not just about McNeil-Warren. It's about building a resilient team ready to tackle the challenges ahead. The pressure's on, and the front office knows it. As the Browns navigate this quarterback battlefield, the reaction from the dog pound is nothing short of volcanic. Fans are angling for transparency and decisive moves, tired of watching uncertainty linger. That tension? It's palpable. How the front office handles this scrutiny will set the tone moving forward. After all, Cleveland has a history of questionable decisions that have left many scratching their heads. The eyes of Browns Nation are locked in, ready to pounce on any missteps. Inside the locker room, the competition is fierce, and how these quarterbacks interact with each other can shift morale in an instant. It's not just about showing what they can do on the field, it's about instilling confidence within teammates. If one player's light shines too brightly, the others risk fading into the background. This dynamic can either spark creativity and motivation or breed resentment. The question remains, will it unify the squad or fracture it? With stakes this high, relationships matter as much as performance. Strategically, the front office has to think 2 steps ahead. As they weigh the options, they need to recognize every decision will have a ripple effect, altering how players feel about their roles. With the pressure intensifying, their approach must reflect a commitment to success. The dog pound deserves a roster built not just on promise, but on purpose. Expectations are soaring, and making the right calls now could define this team for years to come. What is the plan? Let's hope there's clarity soon, because Browns Nation is more than ready for a breakthrough.